So this is an episode that I wanted to make sure that I'd handle it correctly and get as much information out as I can. It's about Oklahoma education and why we're ranked so low. I polled teachers and parents. Hello everybody and welcome to Top News. I'm comedian Matt Farrell coming to you from the My Peacock Comedy channel here on February 23rd, 2026. Before I get into the video real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to my sponsor, Go Get It. Go Get It is an inspirational brand that's being started by my friend, and it's just, the whole purpose of the brand is to inspire people that if you want something, go get it. Oklahoma education and why we are ranked so low. Here is a list of information that I was given in doing my research for this, and I appreciate the overwhelming amount of opinions, facts, and information that was sent to me. So thank you guys very much. Let's get started. Number one was state testing is how they're comparing each state. Part of the problem with this is that not every kid is given the same test. The standard for each grade level varies from state to state. And when they're using the ACTs, this is not really fair because in Oklahoma, everyone takes the ACTs, and in other states, they only test the people who want to take the ACT. So that's definitely going to affect the outcome and the results. Number two is adjusting the standards. Doing things like taking 8th grade math and pushing it to 6th grade and their thinking is that this is going to increase their learning level. And unfortunately, in most cases, that's not how that happens. It just overwhelms the younger students and results in poor results. Number three, the schools have the mentality that they don't want to create dropouts. The problem with this is that they're pushing kids through who can't actually pass, and ultimately what they're creating are flunkouts. Number four, this one's a little dicey, is that some teachers say that it has nothing to do with teacher pay, although obviously more would be better. But for the most part, all of the teachers are doing what they can no matter what. But then there are some teachers that are of the opinion that, hey, if you want my best, you're going to have to pay me for my best. So teachers' pay would definitely have an effect there. Obviously, another big thing that was brought up was lack of funding. Schools are paid per child, per body in the building. That's how they determine how much they get paid. The problem is that they've not adjusted these allowances, as inflation has happened. So basically, schools are getting paid less per student, which means that they don't have the funding that they need to offer everything that they should. With the lack of funding, what happens is they wind up having less teachers. Less teachers means that they have bigger classrooms. Bigger classrooms mean that the teachers are less effective, essentially just turning teachers into babysitters instead of educators. When I was doing this research, like I said, I polled parents and teachers. And I will say that between the two, parents and teachers, the top two reasons and problems with the Oklahoma education system is agreed from both sides of this, from parents to teachers. Number one is the state superintendent. Why is it that the superintendent position is not a position that requires some experience in the school system? To me, a superintendent should have experience at every level of the education system. You don't get to be a manager at McDonald's until you know how to do everything in the building. Superintendents aren't even held to that standard. Number two on the list, but number one, as far as parents and teachers both agreeing, the number one problem with the Oklahoma State education, parents. A child's behavior is taught at home, and when it's not, their child becomes disruptive in the classroom. And now the teacher is having to teach a child how to behave. That takes away from the time that they're spending on curriculum. If the teacher is spending time telling little Johnny that it's not nice to pull Sally's hair or punch Timmy in the mouth, she's not teaching math. This problem is, of course, is compounded when the teachers try to reach out to the parents to try to get a working relationship with them. But nowadays, parents immediately jump to the defense, saying that it's the other kid's fault. It's never their kid's fault. Their kid never does anything wrong. And they essentially teach their children to blame the teacher. Basically, what this part is saying is stop raising little bitches. Another big problem that was agreed on across the board was sports. There are too many parents that are putting too much emphasis on their kids' sports and not enough emphasis on their education. Don't get me wrong, I think that sports are very important. I think that all kids should be in some sort of extracurricular activity, even if it's not sports. Band, dance, ballet, something, cheer. They should be involved in some kind of extracurricular activity. I think that that's good for them. But grades first. The extra stuff comes second. There were several teachers who had responded to some of the polls saying that the only time that they hear the parents show concern for their kids' grades is when their kid is on the ineligible list. So while I think that sports and extracurricular activities are a great thing and necessity for the kids, it teaches them life skills and teamwork and things like that, don't get it twisted. Your second grader's not being scouted by the NFL. And also, I'd like for you to keep this in mind. That pro athlete contract doesn't matter if your kid can't fucking read it. This has been Top News. I'm Matt Farrell. We'll see you guys tomorrow.